Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I'm just going to give a quick overview of Google Sites and in particular talk about the sharing and the publish settings so that we can make sure that everybody who needs access to this site has got access to every bit of it that they need access to. So what I've got here is just a blank template of Google Site, and I've also got a Google Doc that I've got in a different window that I want to embed in there. So I'm just going to do that first. I'm going to go to Drive, I'm going to get my Google Doc, which I just need to find. There it is. And I'm going to put that in there into my site. So you can see now that that is that document there embedded into my Google site. So the first thing you're going to want to do is publish. And when you click publish, you get the ability to create a web address. I've already filled that out. You can give it whatever name you like. And then you see underneath, you get the URL where that site lives. So anybody can go to that URL, and depending on your permission settings, they may or may not be able to see it. So we can manage who can view our site there. I'm going to leave that alone just for now and click publish. So now what that means is anybody at Bridgend College, so anybody who's signed into a Bridgend College Google account with a bridgend.ac.uk email address will now be able to see that site. We can manage that at any time with the share button. So the share button in Sites looks like the little person with a plus next to it. And if I click that, I can see exactly what people can do to this site. If I want people to directly be able to edit my site, then I would type their names in here. So if I wanted Lee to be able to edit it, I would go in there, I would choose him to be an editor. If I drop that box down, I can also choose him to be a published viewer as well. But since I've set my site to be viewable by anybody in Bridgend College in the step before, I don't really need to do that if I want him to just view it. I can either give him editing permissions or just leave it out because he should be able to see it. And you can see exactly who can see the whole site down here. So let's say, for example, you don't want everybody in Bridgend College to be able to find it. We can turn that off. So we can turn that off to restricted, and then only people that you add will be able to see it. You could also make it public. So if you wanted to make this site publicly available to anybody on the internet, you could send it to your friends, send it to whoever you want. You can change that to be public. Let's put it in restricted. What does that mean? If we go back to share now, this is when you would choose to make Lee, say, a published viewer. And then only Lee and you would be able to see it, or only Lee, you, and whoever else you type in that box. Again, if you want editing permissions, you can choose that if you want to, and then click send. I'm going to change that back to Bridgend College so that I can demonstrate the next thing. So now anybody who's signed into a bridgend.ac.uk email address will be able to find my site. Okay, let's just click done. I'm going to go and get the link. So let's copy the published site link from up there. This is my URL. And I'm going to open a new window. And in here, I am signed into a different college account, not my main one, a different one. And I'm going to go in there and see if I can view that site. Now, if you notice what's happened here is I can see the site, but I can't see the doc. So what I've missed out doing in the step before is giving this document or a slideshow or whatever you've embedded in there. I haven't given that public or Bridgend College view access. So you need to do that separately. You need to do that manually. And you can do that from Google Docs. So see, if you look at this Google Doc, it's private. Only I can see it. And only I who's logged in to Google is able to see it. So I need to go into there and change those settings as well to make sure that the appropriate people can see it. So again, depending on what I want, I could restrict this to Bridgend College. I could restrict this to be only viewable by certain people. So I could do that, and I could go up there and share this with Lee as well and give him view access. Or I could change that link to be publicly available on the internet. And if you just click through these options, they're very descriptive. You can see exactly what each one of these sort of does. Let's leave it at Bridgend College. I'm going to leave it as viewer. I don't want anybody to be able to edit this. And let's click done. Now, if I go back to my site and refresh, I should then be able to see this document straight inside the site from my other account that's not logged in. So just a quick recap. If you've got embedded Google Docs, make sure that the sharing permissions are the same as your site, and everything is managed through the site, through the share button on the site, which looks like a little person with a plus. Now, bear in mind, if I go in and edit that and change that, that doesn't automatically update my viewable site because I've only edited the draft. To make it update, I need to publish. If I click publish, it shows me the changes between my draft site and my published site. So this lets you change your website completely without showing the world, I suppose. Click publish. As soon as that's done, and as soon as it's all gone through, you can go back to the other account or whoever's viewing this. And if I refresh there, then they should that should update there into the different to the new published version. So that's it. Details underneath this video about how to get in touch. Feel free to reach out, ask questions if you need to. But thanks for listening.